Okay, so there are two characters. There's the protagonist and antagonist.
Yes. The triangleizer back.
Wait, no, I have to,
Emotos.
I have to make her.
Is this your storyboard?
She needs no limbs.
Okay, I'm excited.
It's like Adventure Time.
It is like Adventure Time.
Oh my.
Okay, so I label them so you know who they are. Alright. So my story. I actually tried to make a bullet point list of key points that I should talk about, but all I have is a bullet point, some scribbles, and the word explosion. So,
Sounds like a good story.
Let's see how this works out. So here's the two characters. There's Autumn and Susie. Autumn is the protagonist and Susie is the antagonist. And Autumn and Susie are kind of like opposites because Autumn, the first thing about her is she has always felt invisible. Like, it's just in her family, she was an awkward middle child. Like, her older sister was really good at science and math, and then she goes on to get a Nobel Prize, and then her younger sister is like just really talented, can do music, is very artistic. So Autumn is kind of like smart but not a genius. She's talented but not great. So she's just always sort of like in the background. And then Susie is this outgoing, just everyone loves her, everyone knows about her. And for some reason they work in the same lab and they're partnered together and they're best friends. So in the beginning, they are working with this microorganism that can turn invisible, basically. So they're staying up late in the lab, and Autumn is like, whoa, this is so cool. And Susie is like, come on, let's just leave. I want to go to a big party. And Autumn's like, no. So to make this a bit shorter, their incubator blows up. Hence the bullet point scribble explosion. And when they wake up, their boss comes in, and apparently it's morning, and the boss is like, whoa, what the heck just happened here? And then Susie and Autumn are like, oh man, we're gonna be in so much trouble. And the boss is just looking around, and he makes eye contact with them, but he doesn't see them. So they're like, what? And then all of a sudden, Autumn looks to a cabinet, which is glass, so she can see the reflection, and she doesn't see herself in the reflection. So in the explosion, they went through a makeover. They go from looking like this to
Oh my gosh.
sorry.
Sorry, Jill.
like that.
Floating
So
That was beautiful.
this causes some issues because, I mean, they can't hold a job if they're invisible. And everything that comes into direct contact with their skin turns invisible. So
But that's awesome.
yeah, that's kind of awesome, but you can't hold a
You
job.
can't find the toilet.
Or anyone here.
Yeah, really. You can't really do much. But Autumn, she's able to cope with it because, like, she's always felt invisible, so now she's literally invisible.
Heck.
But now she's like, before I couldn't roam the streets in the dark. Might as well. Not like anyone can attack me. No one can see me. So she walks in the streets and then she sees all these bad things happening. Like, she sees people getting mugged and she sees people getting sexually harassed and she's like, man, this sucks. Like, humanity is terrible, but what can anyone do about it? And then all of a sudden she's homeless because people think that she's dead. So they're like, might as well get rid of her apartment, give it to someone else. So she's homeless and she's just trying to figure everything out. And one day she's just so upset with the world that she sees someone getting harassed and she's like, you know what? And she takes the closest thing next to her and then she starts beating the guy. And the guy, well, the woman who he was harassing is completely confused because this guy's like trying to fight nothing. He's flailing and Autumn's just like, take this. then the woman runs away, and then Autumn eventually knocks out this guy, and then she calls the police, and she stays there to make sure that this guy is unconscious until the police arrive and take him away. And she's like, you know, well, that felt kind of good. Like, I did something. That guy is off the streets.
Did you just hit him every time he came back?
Yeah, basically. But like, she's like, you know, I can get used to this. I'll try this whole vigilante thing. So during the day, she just tries to survive. She tries to get food, do what she can, and then during the night, whenever she sees anyone getting mugged or anything, she just tries to do what she does, just hit the guy, I guess. And then there becomes this big story that there are robberies in these banks. And they look at the security footage and there's nothing there. You just see the money there, and then one moment, and then it's gone. And there's no person there, apparently. And then so Autumn is like, Susie. And then she figures out which bank Susie's probably going to go to next. And then there's this big reunited and it feels so good. And then they're both like, whoa, you can see me? And they're like, yeah, I can't even see myself, but I can see you. That's so cool. So they have this big get together, and Susie decides to like rob the bank another day. So they just sort of like catch up, and Autumn tells her, you know, this is what I've been doing. I've been knocking out bad guys, and it feels really good. And then Susie's like, yeah, I've been robbing banks, and it feels really good. So then Susie offers Autumn, like, you know, we can do this together. We can, you know, live this extravagant life, even though no one can see us. We can see each other, and that's all that matters. And then Autumn is uncomfortable because that requires breaking the law. So Autumn's like, how about you help me with defeating these bad guys? And then Susie takes this as this giant rejection. She says, no way in hell. And then she leaves, and she is this emotional wreck. And Autumn is like, darn. So Susie goes out and she starts this huge rampage. She's just testing the boundaries because she knows that she cannot get caught. She can leave fingerprints wherever she wants because everyone thinks she's dead. What is it, a ghost killing these people? What is it? So she's testing these boundaries, and Autumn is getting tired of it because she hates seeing her best friend like this. So now she's stuck in the struggle, what do I do? Because Susie has made it obvious that she will not stop. And Autumn needs to stop her because there are a lot of people getting hurt. And that's where my presentation ends. Goodbye.
Oh, I